Hey everyone, welcome back to CrossFit Outdoors. It's Jake here again. Today I'm going to be going over a technique that I've used my whole fishing career, back when I was fishing ponds, into my tournament career, and it gets bit everywhere. It's one of my confidence baits. Many people have heard of it, and of course if you read the title you already know what it is, which is the Wacky Worm. Now when I first started fishing it, I would just throw my standard 3-aught, 4-aught Gamakatsu hook, just rig it right through the side of the worm, and all a Wacky Worm is, you take your hook and you rig it perpendicular to the worm. If you do that, you're going to lose out a lot of worms. So later in this video, I'm going to show you a little bit of a tip to help save some of these precious Senkos or whatever worm you're using. But first, if you don't subscribe, hit that subscribe button, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment or question down below, and I'll be glad to answer it. Well, let's get into it. Now, I'm going to start out with the equipment that I use. And that's typically a spinning rod. Medium heavy is what I like. I'm going to be skipping around docks, up under brush, around laydown, stuff like that. So I like a little bit, I don't like the medium power. I like a little bit heavier rod than just whatever your favorite spinning rod is. Throw with a braid backing to a 10 or 12 pound fluorocarbon leader. You really want that fluorocarbon because it's going to be a slow fall, and you don't want a floating line that's going to keep your bait up higher. As far as hooks go, like I said, when I first started, I just used my standard Gamakatsu worm hook, just rigged it right through the worm. It worked, what I was doing, but now what I'm confident with is a VMC Neko hook. I believe this is a size 1. If you can see that. Yep. There we go. Now, Neko hook has just a longer straight shank on it. I feel like it gives you better leverage, but if the water's clear, and a hook that I used for a long time is just a dropshot hook. If you didn't see my dropshot video, I'll link that up here, but just a size 1 Gamakatsu dropshot hook. There's a little bit of vegetation around. You can throw the weedless as that wire keeper, the wire weedless guard there. But really, whatever hook you're confident with, it doesn't make a huge difference. As far as worms go, 99% of the time I'm going to be throwing a 5-inch stick worm, and that's usually a Senko. Green Pumpkin Magic are my two most popular colors. You can throw the Yum Dinger, you can throw a Zoom Magnum Finesse Green Pumpkin, those work. You can throw a Bass Pro Shop tournament worm. Basically any major soft plastics company is going to have a stick worm that you can throw. But like I said, the Senko, it has a higher salt content, so it has a good sink rate, has good flexibility, so you get that nice wobble going down. But the only downfall is you go through them pretty quick. And that's where this trick is going to come in handy. If you don't have a Wacky Worm tool, jump on Amazon or wherever you buy your tackle. About 10 bucks. It's basically just a metal tube, and it has some O-rings on there. It helps you get that O-ring over the worm. I'll go through that now. So all you do is you take the worm, you stick it down in the tube, and you thread it O-ring up the tube and onto the worm. Now you can get by with just O-rings without the tube, but this makes it 100 times easier. So then all you do, take your hook, focus, and you thread it just under the O-ring. Try not to get too much into your worm. And there you go. So when that Wacky Worm falls, it's going to have a nice little wiggle on the way down, and then when you pull it up, it's just going to do this kind of boomerangs type thing. And those fish just can't resist it. Clear water, skipping under docks, they're sitting in that shade. Those fish will come from a long way to eat this thing. But like I said, when I first started, I would just rig the hook. Just take the hook and put it right through the worm, which it works if you don't have any O-rings, but you're going to go through a lot more worms because as soon as you put that hook through there, you're damaging the plastic. That's a weak spot in the worm. You're going to go through a lot more worms that way. Like I said, this is one of my top confidence tactics and techniques. I always have it on no matter where I go because I can catch them in ponds, I can catch them in creeks or rivers, I can catch them in lakes, clear water, dirty water, it doesn't matter. This bait or technique works everywhere, I promise you. So next time you go out, tie on a Wacky Worm, give it a shot. Let me know in the comments if you do good. But hey, as like I said earlier, if you don't subscribe, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. And I'll see you guys next time.